Hotep. Hotep means peace in the ancient Kemetic language, and Mwalimu means teacher in Kiswahili and is the English equivalent to professor. Hotep. My name is Mwalimu Melody Mishere Van Putten, and this is Mwalimu Dropping the Knowledge. Skills, training, education, miseducation. In this episode, we will delve into what is a critical aspect of cultivating consciousness towards true liberation and empowerment. Again, noting our connectedness as a global people. The battle for accurate academic curricula for our young people is fierce, with opposition from the vast majority of academic institutions, from schools to universities. According to the late psychologist, university professor, Egyptologist, and one of my beloved mentors, Dr. Asa G. Hilliard III, we have a truth problem when it comes to history curriculums and textbooks. Baba Asa wrote that the information taught about Black people is negligent, filled with distortions and falsehoods that are still perpetuated today. Dr. Carter G. Woodson, often called the father of Black history, wrote of this egregious problem in his 1933 book, The Miseducation of the Negro. What he wrote then could have been written yesterday. Woodson plainly explains that our general lack of self-knowledge in our primary educational institutions is a foundational problem to our progress. One of his introductory statements continues to pierce my thinking and inform my work. He wrote, and I quote, "No systematic effort towards change has been possible for taught the same economics, history, philosophy, literature, and religion which have established the present code of morals. The Negro's mind has been brought under the control of the oppressor. The problem of holding the Negro down, therefore, is easily solved. When you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his actions. You do not have to tell him not to stand here or go yonder. He will find his proper place and stay in it. You do not need to send him to the back door. He will go without being told. In fact, if there is no back door, he will cut one for his special benefit. His education makes it necessary." Woodson's profound insight is operating today in curricula that marginalizes the history of Black people, whether it's our struggles or achievements. Woodson, the son of formerly enslaved African people in the United States, devoted his entire life to his deep desire to be properly educated and to disseminate the lessons of his striving with our people. A Renaissance man, Woodson mastered French and Spanish languages, took classes at the Sorbonne in Paris, and studied European history. He obtained his master's degree at the University of Chicago and then went to Harvard University, earning the doctorate. When his Harvard advisor told him, quote, "The Negro has no history," his lifelong passion to collect, write, and teach global Black history was solidified. Of course, Woodson challenged his advisor's assertion, only to have the professor respond, "Prove me wrong." Woodson, the second African American to earn a PhD from Harvard following Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois, spent the rest of his life proving his Harvard professor wrong. Perhaps this is why he later said it took him over 30 years to get over the brainwashing of his Eurocentric education. So in getting this discussion started poetically, let me offer my ode to Carter G. Woodson. When our minds were chain-bound, locked in the purposeful dissemination of false information, telling us repeatedly, we, black people, are nothing, did nothing, never gonna be nothing, you knew differently and dedicated your life to ensure that we would know, telling us and the world that we have a history. When everything and everyone around you said the Negro has no history, you knew differently and made it your life's work to assemble the pieces of our history, our story, painstakingly with love, care, and vision. Your vision, your life continues to be inspiring, motivating. Your work, so improbable, so important, left us legacy, direction, guidance, a roadmap for healing the dis-ease of miseducation. Yet, many chains are still in place, tightly fastened around too many heads, locked with the keys to liberation seemingly thrown away. Miseducation has morphed. Today we suffer from excess, materialism, consumerism, individualism, self-esteem starved still, desperately needing re-education, history, culture, purpose, mission, vision. Dear Dr. Woodson, we are still working to unlock the chains. Give us strength. We'll be right back.